Welcome to Young at Heart, the channel where we dive deep into the science of staying strong, vibrant, and confident no matter your age. Today, we're uncovering a powerful yet natural way to support blood flow, boost energy, and restore vitality, using something as simple as the right kind of nuts. From circulation to hormone support, these small foods can make a big difference, especially for men over 60. So if you're ready to feel more like yourself again, stick around. Let's get started. They say getting older means slowing down, but no one tells you it starts with your manhood. If you've noticed fewer morning erections or moments of closeness that feel incomplete, the truth is hard to ignore. It's not just in your head, it's in your blood, and the blockage may start in the smallest vessels, right where you need blood flow the most. Hi, I'm Peter. For more than 20 years, I've helped men regain their confidence, energy, and intimate lives without pills, surgery, or shame. And today, I'm sharing something that has changed the lives of many of my patients. Most men think declining intimacy is just part of aging. But in some parts of the world, men in their 70s still enjoy strong, vibrant sex lives, all thanks to something simple: 4 specific kinds of nuts. These everyday foods help improve blood flow. They support natural arousal. They even help clear the arteries responsible for healthy erections. I'll walk you through each one, and I'll explain how just a small handful each day could bring back something you thought was lost. And make sure to stick around until the end, because one of these nuts works through the same pathway as prescription medication, only naturally. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. Hit that button and turn on the bell. You'll get more real, down-to-earth health advice made just for men over 60. And if this message speaks to you, type the number 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me how I can do better for you. Now, after age 60, one of the most overlooked causes of low energy, fatigue, and declining intimacy is something many men never think about: circulation. The truth is, blood flow affects nearly everything: how you feel, how you move, and how you connect. It's not just about your heart pumping blood. It's about whether that blood can reach the places that need it most: your brain, your muscles, and yes, your penis. As we age, blood vessels lose their flexibility. Tiny arteries begin to narrow, and the first place this usually shows up is not in the chest, it's in the bedroom. That's because the arteries in the penis are among the smallest in the body. When they clog, even just a little, blood flow slows down. A healthy blood flow does more than restore physical function. It rebuilds confidence, it sharpens your mind, it helps you stay active and independent. And best of all, there are simple foods that support this. Foods that work with your body. Foods that help reopen those blocked pathways. One of the best? A nut you probably already know. It improves blood vessel function. It boosts nitric oxide. It supports sexual performance. And it helps your heart too. Plus, it tastes good, is easy to find, and can make a real difference within weeks. Let's start with what I call the blood flow king. This may be the single most important food you add to your routine this year. 1. Walnuts, the blood flow king. I'll never forget a man named Robin. He was 69, a retired teacher. He came to me with tears in his eyes. "Doc," he said, "it's not just about sex. It's about feeling like a man again." His voice shook, not from shame, but from the quiet pain of feeling disconnected from his wife and from himself. What Robin didn't know then was that his struggle had less to do with aging and more to do with blood flow. That's where walnuts come in. Walnuts are more than just a snack. They're one of the most powerful foods for restoring blood flow, especially in the smallest, most delicate vessels, the very ones that feed the penis. These vessels are often the first to clog up. Why? Because they're so small. Even minor plaque buildup can cause problems. But walnuts can help. They're full of L-arginine, It's an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is what relaxes your blood vessels, so blood can flow more freely. Walnuts are also rich in omega-3s and antioxidants. These reduce inflammation and help keep arteries clean and flexible. Put it all together, and you're not just helping your heart, you're supporting stronger, healthier erections. For men like Robin, just a handful of walnuts a day brought back a sense of control, a sense of connection, a sense of hope. This isn't guesswork. It's been studied, it's been proven, and most importantly, it's been lived by real men. And the best part? You don't need anything fancy. Just a few walnuts a day consistently can make a real difference. Now, if walnuts are the king, the next nut might just be the bedroom booster you didn't know you needed. In fact, a clinical study showed it improved sexual satisfaction in just 3 weeks. Let's take a closer look. If you're still with me, and this is resonating, type the number 1 in the comments. That helps me know you're here, and it keeps us connected. Now, let's move on to point number 2. 2. Pistachios. A few years ago, I spoke with a man named Alex. He was 74 years old, and he said something that really stuck with me. He told me, "I didn't mind the gray hair or the slower mornings, but what hit me the hardest was the silence in the bedroom. That quiet wasn't from a lack of love. It was from a lack of confidence. Like many men his age, Alex assumed it was just age. They contain a unique mix of nutrients, especially arginine, healthy fats, and antioxidants that directly support blood vessels and help increase nitric oxide levels. And as I've said before, nitric oxide is the key. It helps relax and open up blood vessels, especially in the penis, where even a slight blockage can mean the difference between connection and frustration. But what's most powerful about pistachios isn't just the science, it's the real-life results. In one clinical study, men who ate pistachios every day for just 3 weeks reported stronger erections, more satisfaction, and greater confidence. When I shared that study with Gerald, he decided to give it a shot. He added a small handful of unsalted pistachios to his daily routine. Within a month, he came back with a smile and a quiet sense of relief. "It's not perfect," he said, "but it's back, and that means everything." What makes pistachios so special is how gently and naturally they work. They help clear the tiny vessels that support erections. They're not a quick fix. They're better. They help your body heal itself from the inside out. And while pistachios help open the door, the next nut strengthens the entire foundation. It supports your hormones and helps protect your arteries from more damage down the road. If circulation is the engine, this next one is the fuel behind it all. Let's keep going. 3. Almonds, the hormone helper. I remember a quiet moment with a man named Raymond, 66 years old, during a follow-up appointment. He leaned in and said, almost whispering, "Doc, it's not just about getting an erection. It's about feeling alive again." That moment stuck with me, because beneath those words was something deeper, a desire to feel whole, strong, and connected, to feel like the man he used to be. And for Raymond, that journey started with something as simple as a handful of almonds. Almonds are often seen as just a healthy snack, but they're much more than that. They're loaded with nutrients that support blood vessels, balance hormones, and boost overall vitality. What makes almonds special is their high levels of magnesium and vitamin E. These two nutrients play a major role in testosterone, reducing inflammation, and repairing blood vessels. And when it comes to intimacy, all of that matters. Testosterone fuels desire, but it also works with nitric oxide to keep blood flowing smoothly. Almonds help with that balance. Their healthy fats lower bad cholesterol and keep artery walls flexible. And that's key, because the arteries in the penis are tiny, much smaller than the ones in your heart. Even the smallest blockage can cut off blood flow, which means weaker erections and lower confidence. Almonds help fight that by gently reducing buildup and keeping blood flowing where it's needed. When Raymond started eating a small handful of almonds each afternoon, he wasn't expecting a miracle. But slowly, things changed. He had more energy, his hands and feet felt warmer. And over time, responses in the bedroom began to return. "I feel like my body's working again," he told me, eyes brighter. That's the power of natural healing. No rush, no side effects, just steady, quiet improvement from within. Now, while almonds do the work of balancing hormones and healing blood vessels, the next nut gives your body something most men are missing entirely, and you only need one a day. You'll want to hear this. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, go ahead and drop a number 1 in the comments to let me know you're here. Now let's move on to point number 4. 4. Brazil nuts. The circulation's secret weapon. One of the most touching conversations I've ever had in my clinic was with a quiet man named Eric, 76 years old. He said, "Dr. Albert, I'm not chasing youth. I just want to feel like a man who can still show up for his wife." It was simple, humble, but powerful, because at the heart of it, we all want to feel capable, present, and whole. And for Eric, that shift started with a single nut, eaten once a day. Brazil nuts might not get as much attention, but they should. They're one of the richest natural sources of selenium. And most men, especially older men, are low on selenium and don't even know it. Why does that matter? Selenium helps make testosterone. It fights inflammation, and it keeps blood vessels flexible and working properly. When you don't get enough selenium, blood flow can suffer, vessels stiffen, hormones drop, and those tiny arteries in the penis can get clogged, leading to weaker erections and lower energy. The good news? The fix is simple. One Brazil nut a day gives you all the selenium you need. And for many men, that's enough to start restoring circulation, improving flexibility, and supporting natural healing, especially where it matters most. When Eric added Brazil nuts to his routine, he didn't expect much. But a few weeks later, he felt more awake, more connected, more like himself again. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, it was subtle, steady, and meaningful. Brazil nuts don't just help blood flow, they help your body recover. And sometimes, that one small change is all it takes. Now, if you've been wondering how all 4 of these nuts work together, or if you've ever thought, "Is it too late for me?" then this next part may be the most important of all. 5. The truth about healing blood flow after 60. By now, you've seen how these 4 simple nuts each play a role: boosting nitric oxide, reducing inflammation, supporting testosterone, and healing the vessels themselves. But here's what really matters. They don't work in isolation. They work together. When blood vessels clog, it's not just the big ones around your heart. It's the smallest ones first, especially in the penis. Those tiny arteries are often the first to narrow, stiffen, or inflame. That's why the earliest signs of poor circulation often show up in the bedroom. These 4 nuts help with that. One opens the vessels, one calms inflammation, one boosts testosterone, and one repairs and protects your arteries. Over time, it all adds up. More flow, less blockage, better response, more energy, clearer thinking, and a deeper sense of confidence. Because this isn't just about sex. It's about connection to your body, to your partner, to your life. And if you're asking, Is it too late for me? I'll tell you what I tell every man who sits in my office. If you're still breathing, it's not too late. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s make simple changes and experience real results. The body can heal. You just have to give it the right tools. Thank you for spending this time with us here on Young at Heart. Remember, it's never too late to make small changes that bring big benefits. Whether it's adding a handful of heart-healthy nuts to your day or simply staying informed, every step you take matters. Stay kind to your body, listen to what it needs, and keep taking care of yourself, because you deserve to feel your best. Until next time, take care, stay strong, and keep living young at heart.